But after minicamp, I think Shedeur will be QB too, man.
Well, all right. So, and this is what Coach Hay was saying on the other show. Coach, they have a script of plays that they're gonna run. They can have plays where Shedeur is gonna have his number one target is like an end route, right? Like a little slant. They can have a defensive coach and say, okay, on play 3, we're gonna run this slant. On y'all
Mhm.
sheet on 3, I want y'all to do a robber play. A robber play is when the safety kind of sits down up under anything that slants, anything that comes across the middle. And they can make Shedeur look bad by how they script the plays. So I'm not saying this is exactly what's gonna happen, but how this draft went down, how all them men got their arm crossed and stuff in that room, it's like they're not gonna try to help Shedeur be great. I think they're gonna work against Shedeur the whole time. And I think it's the NFL trying to do this against the Shedeur, the Sanders name. I think it's bigger than what we think.
So is he gonna make the team or no?
Yeah, he gonna make a team and they're gonna just hold him on there until the fire burn out. They're gonna just hold him on the bench till people forget about him. I think that's what they're gonna try to do.
Well, what they doing with that? If they
Yeah,
don't let him play
fire,
and let the
fire
people
ain't going
see,
out.
the fire gonna get bigger until the people see. Okay, he not playing because he not good as everybody saying he is. Like you holding on to this dude, they don't get to see him play. That fire gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger because people gonna be like, bro, we know this dude can play. Let him play. So until he plays and we get the people get to see, oh, he ain't that good. Then we understand it. But if they just holding him and not letting him showcase his talents or lack thereof, that fire gonna get bigger.
Bro,
So
Shedeur know how to
pick,
keep the people in uproar, bro.
so
If
if
they don't,
Pickett
if they don't play
win
him, they
some
don't.
games, or if Flacco go out there and win some games, and they fan base is happy because you got people that's loyal to their team more than they loyal to a player every day of the week.
For sure.
So if they go out
Flacco,
there and they start winning, they're gonna be like, man, forget you do it. We winning.
I agree. I agree it's all about winning. But the Browns, they not notorious for winning, dog.
They won like three,
They
4 games.
they don't win. So it's gonna
Look,
come a time when they're the Browns and they still lose it like the Browns do every year, and they gonna be calling for Shador. But you're right. If Joe Flacco and them out there balling and they winning, they gonna be cool with that. I agree.
and this is what y'all gotta understand. They don't have to be playing lights out. They can have stuff where they throw the game. Like the end of you see how they was all in cahoots doing this draft. So they can call plays and let Cleveland get certain
who
wins
was
that
all
ain't
in
in the
cahoots, Tiger?
division. They can do all this just to make it to where, okay, we don't need you to do it. I hope it don't happen, y'all. But I've seen this kind of stuff work before when they trying to teach somebody a lesson. Like Coach Hayes said the other day, some people will lose money just so it to be done their way before they like worry about the jersey sales and the ticket sales. They will let this be a lesson to Dion and Shedeur, and y'all gonna do it our way. Anybody else think y'all gonna run stuff? We're gonna show y'all run nothing. Unless your last name man.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I think they tried that, and I think it backfired on them. And I think I truly believe like they gotta do right now because they seen what type of uproar the people were in with that little plan that they try to orchestrate or whatever. So they plan backfired on them, and I think moving forward, like it's gonna be the right thing. If the dude is good enough to play, I think they're gonna let him play.
But Jerome, I'll say this: the NFL don't care about our plan. We've seen dog. Don't nobody boycott the NFL. It's the only show in town. They don't care about that, right?
Correct. They on the day of the week.
I'm just gonna call a spade here, right? They did what they did to Colin Kaepernick. Not to be, I'm not trying to be political. I'm just saying that the kids like that dude took a knee for injustice, and they say you ain't bigger than the shield, right?
Correct. For
And,
sure.
and guess what? The league still went right along. No big deal. No problem. These guys
Yeah,
are
because
billionaires, dog. They don't like, dog. Think about it. The Browns been bad forever, and they still make money.
for sure the worst teams make money. What I'm saying is Kaepernick gave them a reason to do that. He was doing something they didn't like him doing. I think Shador and Prime and that whole Sanders family, they see that like, okay, if we want to go play for these dudes, we have to do it this way. I don't think Shador is going to give them a reason anymore to boycott him or not let him play or do him dirty. I don't think without reason. The reason that they did what they did right now with the draft is because of the things
Who
Prime them were saying, the things
who
Shador was saying. Like that was, I don't think he's gonna give them a reason to do that anymore. And
So
without a
what
reason,
we
I
is
haven't seen him do it to nobody without a reason.
so what you
who
saying
is?
is Shador can't be
Go ahead,
Shador.
Scotty. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Like Shador can't be Shador no more. He can't be flashy no more. He can't do the well off videos no more. He can't.
Lamar Jackson
No,
flashed.
he can do all of that. That wasn't the problem. They was cool with Shador. If you notice, there wasn't no issues with Shador really until he was at the combine talking about if you ain't want to change the franchise, don't draft me. That's really when all this stuff started. Before then, oh yeah, Shador Sanders,
But
number one, number two. There wasn't no,
Nah, it
and
was
then
that
those
interview
meetings
with
they
Jillian
talk about
Wallace.
he was brash and all that. So prior to that, he was popping his stuff, and he popped his
but
stuff all season.
It was
He
the
put his
interview with
wrist in
Coach
people's face
Prime
all
with
season, and
Jillian
they were
Wallace.
saying he was a number one pick all season. He was
no,
being
no,
him.
but hold on. Like the NFL teams don't really start doing their evaluation until after the season is over and they declare, right?
That's true.
So this is the first time they really start getting them behind closed doors, start doing interviews and things of that nature.
But what I'm saying is
When
they didn't have an issue with him
Wait a
being
minute.
Shador.
yeah, but they didn't do well. They didn't even know Shador, right? Like a
But
lot of like if you really look at like the top 5 talk and top 10 talk, that was coming from us in social media, right? That wasn't coming from the teams.
but when they
And
turn the
Mel
TV
and
on,
Mel
they see
Kiper.
Shador,
Yeah,
dog. When they turn the TV, because
Wait a minute,
what
man.
that
my follow up was to Tiger's question. Shador got to stop being Shador, wearing a jury, putting his watch up. They've been seeing that for 2 years, dog. That's
right,
not. They don't have to
but
get
they
in
weren't
Can
behind
I ask a
closed
question?
yeah,
doors
but
to see that. So what I'm
they weren't
saying is,
draft. I'm sorry, finish your point.
no, just real quickly, what I'm saying is he doesn't have to stop being Shador in that aspect. Now, in regards to the what he says behind closed doors and how he like that, he may need to pull back on. They don't like that. But in regards to the other stuff, they saw it for 2 years and there was never any issues with it. At least
Can I
we
ask a
never heard
question?
anything about it.
Can I ask a question?
But go ahead, let
Okay.
Boosie because I interrupted. He was
Go
making a
ahead, man.
point.
Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I just think that we we're fans of Shador, and we spoke among each other, and we sort of pushed him to this this top draft pick without giving the feedback of the teams. And I think some when we started getting the feedback of the teams, we disagree with it, and that started the backlash. But I don't. I think we just got to be careful of just talking among each other and pushing a certain narrative and pushing players beyond the place that the decision makers ultimately place them. That's all I'm putting.
Mm,
Yeah, and I
the
think that's
owners.
where we
But
not on the same page because I wasn't saying anything about his observation of him as a draft prospect.
Yeah.
My statement
you
was
just say
that he's been
be more
Shador. He don't
professional.
yeah, he's been him for 2 years and they've been able to see that. Like they watch
All
the
right.
games, they watch TV. They've been able to see him be Shador. So I don't think that he has to stop being Shador, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
But
wasn't
But
that
necessarily
had nothing to do with
refuting
the
your point.
type
I
of
was just talking
prospect he is.
overall.
but
Okay.
but don't you think? I mean, this is a kid that's been around the game his whole life, right? Do you think that he doesn't have sense enough to know to turn it down? Do you think that? Do you
But
think
what
that do you think that he hasn't had conversations with NFL players, coaches, maybe some GMs? Oh, maybe an owner that hasn't told him something like that?
Yeah, but it cost him 40 mil, man. Like whoever
Right,
told
right,
him it too
right,
late. It done cost him
right.
$40 million now,
No,
you know.
no. My own point is, I think he's been around it all his life. Now I'm hearing all this information, and I do think that some of it is that they wanted Prime, his representation, to do some things, and he didn't do it because he is, I ain't gonna say like in those rooms, but he knows the game at that level. You know what I'm saying? So he probably did not comply, and they gathered and said, "Listen, don't touch him until I tell you."
Yeah, I think they just misunderstood his confidence, man. Because and then Shedeur, he's still talking the way he talking, doing what he doing, but Nike still want him. Beats by Dre still want him.
Right,
Gatorade still want him.
right.
So he felt like he could do these things and be how he wanted to be because people were still accepting him because he knows
He
who he
knows
is. His camp
better,
knows who
man.
he is, and like he's
He knows better. Mm-hmm.
they
But
say
Go
he's
ahead,
a
Pat.
genuine guy and that
Mm-hmm.
there's no real issues. He's cool, but now that he got a taste of how the NFL feels about him being that way, now he understands like okay, these people are different. Like they don't really like that. They don't like me taking that approach. And if I want to play in their league, I have to tone it back a little bit. But he was just so used to being himself without any issues or being bothered by
Mhm.
anybody and still getting all these deals, still getting all these endorsements. But when he saw how the NFL felt about it, it was just like a rude awakening. He's like, damn, like, okay, this is how it is. So I don't think he was
No,
necessarily misinformed. I just think that like he hadn't experienced that before because everybody else let him be him and they still was putting money in his pocket.
all right, so let me say
Mhm.
this right here. A lot of these brands let him be him because what we talked about this weekend. The
he's
NFL
selling stuff.
views like it outperformed the NBA playoffs because Shedeur wasn't drafted. Soon as Shedeur got drafted, ESPN stopped covering the draft. So these brands, yeah, they're gonna hook their wagon to Shedeur because he's gonna put their product in front of people's eyes. But Coach Prime didn't want his son to go to Cleveland because what Cleveland has done to all these quarterbacks. And when Prime was kind of pointed out, oh, they don't like that. You don't tell us that we don't do our stuff the right way. Who are you to tell us we ain't doing? No, so that's when the okay, we finna make an example out of him started. So I don't know when that's gonna stop. I don't know if next year is gonna stop when the season starts and they're gonna get back to trying to win games, or Cleveland is just one of these franchises. From what I'm looking at on the board, Cleveland is just one of these franchises that don't even care about really winning. They just here because the owner had the money to buy the team, and they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
keep making their money regardless if they win or lose. I think that's who Cleveland is. Because Myron Garrett wanted to
Yeah,
leave, right? They wouldn't let him leave. Oh, we're
mhm,
gonna pay you more money and we're gonna lock you in here. So even with Myles Garrett, he done did everything right by them. Even when he
yeah,
for a trade, no, we're gonna make sure you stay with us. You're gonna do what we say.
yeah, and that's how it is. And T438 said whatever. They all act like that in that league. He is not acting any different than anyone else in that league. He's actually toned down the comparative. And you're right, but what's the difference? T438, and I don't know if it's a Mrs. or Mister, but they're already in the league. Like, if you're
Mm.
already
Yeah.
in the club, of course you can go in there dancing and spilling drinks and you done paid the money. Like, it's gonna be tougher for them to get you out. But if they ain't let you in the door yet, shit, they don't have to let you in the door if you ain't got on the right type of clothes. If you ain't meeting the dress code. Now, if you in there and you done broke the dress code, they already let you in, you done paid, you settled in, you eating, it's gonna be tougher for them to get you out of there. But if they ain't let you in yet, they don't gotta let you in.
Yeah.
You
Look
know
at
what
a
I'm
lot of
saying?
these. Look at a
Also,
lot
look,
of how these quarterbacks carried themselves before they got drafted. A lot of these quarterbacks that got cornrows and all this and that now. They ain't had that. They ain't had those tattoos and all that when they were still in college going through the
Yeah,
process.
You seen Lamar Jackson at that table looking like a little sad puppy dog. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
and we also gotta say this too. Now we talk about the Manning situation. His brother was in the league lighting it up at the time. His brother was like the face of the league at the time. So how do you turn down another guy that's gonna probably bring the same kind of star power? And even though Peyton Manning did the teabagging thing, it wasn't no other stuff swirling around. And
Come
when
on, dog.
hold on, what you mean? Well, come
He
on,
was
what?
he actually wasn't that good at. I mean, to me, had I'm old on this.
Tennessee.
What you talking about? Come on, dog. What? He finished third in the
Now you
Heisman
caught me
race.
off guard, man. You caught me off
No,
guard,
I'm
man.
talking about Eli.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
talking
saying
about Eli. What they did
Eli
to
finished
Eli.
third in the Heisman race. He finished third in the Heisman race. So for that time, he did what he had to do. So I can see how they had leverage, right? And Eli wasn't so flashy. Peyton wasn't so flashy. And their dad, he had a good career. And they were just saying, look, we want him to be somewhere else. And New York is a big market, so that's going to help the league. So I think they had a gentleman's discussion and they kind of sided with each other. Coach Prime don't really have them kind of discussions. Coach Prime just said what he gonna say, and he walk out the room. And y'all deal with it. I said what I'm gonna say. That's how Prime do it, right?
Yeah, I don't think you can do it.
You could
He
be
think he
right,
give you the cake.
but it
Yeah, yeah,
still ain't
yeah.
right.
I don't know how that man moved behind.
So that's how Prime did it when he was talking to that guy about them 40 times, right?
Oh yeah, well, he look at him as a. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, see that right there too. That right there, them exposing that, all of that kind of little stuff could have been them just getting their lick back, bro. Like the NFL, the NFL worse than the players. Like you know how we are in the locker room. So just imagine the locker room times a billion. With
yeah,
this sophisticated acting, like they
Yeah.
act like players with money, but they don't
yeah.
play.
They petty too. And if anybody try to go against them, dog,
Oh, bro, they gonna jump
they
you.
will get you
You
up out of there, man. Quick,
and
fast,
kick
and
you
in
out
a
the locker
hurry.
room.
With that being said, him and Coach Hayes, I want to open this question up for y'all because y'all went on the panel the other day.
I
I
think
said
Coach A
this
is
when I
gone.
saw
Oh,
what
they both gone.
they both gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Coach A is listening.
Okay, all right.
I'm not sure what I was just talking about.
All right, well, don't worry about it then, because I already got y'all take on it.
We know you finna bring up your UFL play. You want everybody to agree with you on
I want y'all,
Hey, Tiger must be an investor, man.
I
Tiger an
want y'all
investor.
to know.
Tiger got
You
a
want him
team
to go to
already,
the
Tiger got
man.
a
UFL
deal
so
going
bad,
on.
bro.
I want y'all to
Tiger,
know if
agent
they
or
do what you
something.
do wrong throughout the whole year,
Man, ain't
that
nobody
Joker
going to
continue
the
to go on over
UFL,
there
dog.
and created
Tiger,
his
Tigers hope.
own brand. He got the
Tiger.
biggest following right now. He got more followers than Mahomes right now.
Only thing I hope is
Tiger.
the ref blow the whistle when the late hits,
That
man. I
damn
hope they just don't
NFL
let him go get his
would
top.
squash him like something different, bro.
They gonna
Let
know
me
how to
let me
play,
If
man.
he even if he even show that he's trying to be competition.
Well, nah,
let
he
me
can
let
be
me
calm.
let me
Just
address this
don't
real
be that
quick,
way.
man. With the T438, he said you should not have to be anyone other than yourself. We never said Shedeur had to be anyone other than himself. He can still wear his jewelry. He can still flash his watch. We not saying he should have to be anything other than he is. But I don't know where you work, but you might, smoke some weed, drink. You might do something, and I guarantee you ain't gonna go to work and do that. You're not gonna do that while you at work. Like if you want to work for these people, you have to follow their rules. Like that don't mean you can't be yourself, but if you want to be a part of these people organization, you have to follow their rules. That's just how it
Yeah.
goes. If you
I
don't
mean,
want to follow
you're
their rules,
I
you
just
don't have to
Let's
be
think
a
go
part of
back
their
to the original
yeah,
organization.
question.
because you're
I
asking
Let's
just
for
go
a
back to
think
the
job.
they don't
This is a
understand
job.
him.
You're asking for a job and a weekly paycheck.
yeah. You PR'd up, bro. You can't just speak freely.
Yeah,
You can't just move
these
freely.
people want to act like. Come on, now I'm not gonna speak on it. You got it
Yeah, I
wrong.
gotta stop addressing it because they're thinking that we're telling, oh, Shador, don't be you. No, be yourself, man. You
Oh
can do
yeah.
what you want to do, but understand now you see it come with consequences. If they don't like what you're doing, they can blackball you. And if that's what you want, then cool, keep being yourself. But if you
Right.
want to keep
Shador
losing out on
good.
I
$40
just think,
million, that's on you.
That was just
yeah,
a lick. They ain't
but
gonna do it to him again, bro. This is a lick they had to do. But Shador, when he in the public, he don't. He's marketing
right,
everything. His social life is marketing. So he ain't gonna
he
be
ain't
out
that
here just
kid.
speaking freely. He don't speak free like that now. He always on topic of some sports or some kind of. So he speak in the terms of football. So that's what they want. But like,
Yeah.
if he get any kind of free thought thinking, like nah, they don't want that. If he get any kind of outside the box business building, they don't want that. They want him to be in the realm of football. So he's doing what he's supposed to do. They just use little things like that. It's like being with a toxic girlfriend. The relationship is great, but yet she's crying about a dirty toothbrush. Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Hey man,
Are you
what?
serious?
They
Like,
nit
so
they
you want
nit
to
they
leave?
nit they nitpicking it, man. That's what they're doing. They're
So
nitpicking,
you know,
and they can't do that because you're applying for a job with the organization. They can make you conform to
Yeah,
whatever they want, but we're not saying don't be yourself. What we're saying is if you want the money that they're gonna pay you, bro, you can't be going against the grain. You can't be doing shit they don't like, or they will get rid of you. You have to accept that.
Yeah, but
Now
how
y'all
is
don't
he
think
understandings
going
already
against
when,
informed.
the
when
against the
Coach Prime
grain?
got inducted to the Hall of Fame and he put that little thing on his head, that little scarf like on his head. They didn't like that, bro. They did not like. And Coach Prime put it on there. He like, yeah, now it's perfect now.
And
I
they
went.
haven't liked Coach
I,
Prime. Didi, you right. This is about Coach Prime, not Shedeur. It's more about Coach Prime than it is about Shedeur. A lot of these people,
Oh,
and somebody
absolutely.
said this, like Coach Prime sins and what he did. I ain't gonna call him sins, but how he operated the league, they say it's coming back to Hunt Shedeur and how he operates now. Like
No,
McCoy even said
Nah,
it.
it's not
Yeah,
that.
yes, it
hell
is.
no.
Shady
It's the
McCoy even
youngest,
said
How?
it.
youngest people.
People hate
People
Coach
cool.
Prime. They hate
Yeah.
No,
Coach
no.
Prime. He said
You got a
what
Because
he
lot of
got in
they
media.
the
see
youngsters
because
hate
they
Coach
see
Prime.
what
Coach
he
Prime got a
has
lot of
bubbling.
hold
haters.
on.
Not
Everybody
the
took 2
not the
minutes to talk.
Listen,
OGs.
Hold
listen.
on.
Le-
He
McCoy,
they understand what Coach Prime has bubbling. They don't want to see that because then they'll possibly see more doors, more confident black young men.
Yeah,
You
You
know
don't
what I'm
think Cam
saying?
Ward's
So
of
confident?
course. They want
he's
to keep that narrative,
confident,
bro.
but he comes from another world.
What's
The
the different
NFL used
world?
Shador
to be the
comes from
I,
savior. The
and see,
NFL Big
I
Daddy.
don't think it's just black or white. I think they don't want no man, Chinese, Caucasian, or
that's
whatever.
true
They
too.
don't want
True too.
nobody to try to run it
Yeah.
their way.
True too. Yeah.
That's why
I
even
I got
get
Baker
that.
Mayfield, had to tone it down. Well, he got it to the league. He had to tone.
Yeah, he had to
He
switch
had
it
to
up.
peel it back a little bit.
He
Like
had to switch it up.
The NFL is used to
'cause
their
Baker
role
Mayfield
playing position.
dashing, doing the Dougie out. He had to stop all. They like, man, we don't want all this,
Yeah,
dog. We don't want you doing
think
that.
about it.
But
but it's about to
Trump
get
is the
turned. They gonna get
main
used
do it
to it.
my way kind of guy, and they deny him from getting a team in the NFL.
The owners
Mm,
the owners had him say that. He don't
right?
he probably
Huh?
just
Cause
don't even know us the door. Never seen
Take
him
No,
before.
he ran. Hold
take your
on,
oh
time.
nah, he
hold
know
on,
who
Ran.
Shador.
You
He
got to
know
know
Ran
his
exactly
Ran
who
be
he
running
background.
with
is.
all
What you
types of
Man,
talking about?
conspiracy
I'm
theories,
telling
man.
Deion and Trump was
yeah.
cool. Deion and Trump was like about to go on business back in the day.
y'all
No,
forget. People forget what Trump was doing in the '90s, dog.
yeah,
He was
Trump.
Yeah,
hanging out with every black celebrity that was popping, dog.
And
Deion and
all,
No,
and
Trump was
Trump.
also and
No,
also
look.
Prime is still friends with Favre. And you know who Favre
Yeah.
best. And come on,
Look,
they
Trump
all know
owned the
each
team
other, man.
before, and he tried to buy a team in NFL, and the NFL guy was like, "Hell, nah, you too wild, bro. We need everybody need to be on the same type of time, and we know Trump do
You
whatever he
got
want to do." And they was like, "Nah, we ain't gonna have that."
Yeah, he ain't gonna fall in line at all.
So if you don't fall in line, it don't care what color you are, how much money you got, they gonna try to shut you out.
you
right.
gotta be
I got
voted
one
in.
last question for y'all. Then I'm about to hop off in a minute. But this is a big question, and y'all, we gonna go through everybody answer it. Do y'all, and you can't say both because I know that's what everybody gonna say. Was this more about Prime or Shador?
Prime.
Go.
Prime.
Yeah, but the NFL needing his
Both.
attention.
Who said both?
Prime.
Had to be Bucket.
It
You
was
can't say
Bucky.
both,
He
dog.
needed attention.
Who who was it more about, in your opinion?
The
Prime.
NFL.
No, it was about Coach Prime though.
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't about none of this. About the NFL. They don't care about that. They could have handled him like LeVar Ball Daddy. But
But
they
Somebody
what do
changed
talking.
the
you
way they
mean? What
do
do
it.
you mean? It was about the NFL. What was
They
so the
needed
NFL
life.
doing
Look, the
what?
NFL. Okay, look. When Prime came back to college football, the whole football in general went crazy. The NFL said, when that happens again, how can we be a part of that and control that and benefit every bit of it with Prime? Because they know it's going to happen again. So the next time it happened, they use it for them fully. They said, okay, we're going to jerk this whole everything. We're going to everybody and their mama knowing what's going on with this
Somebody
NFL
talking in the
draft.
closet.
Well, I don't know if
So
my mic tripping, bro. I got to get a new mic.
so
But the NFL needed life, bro. To be Prime just blew life into the NFL like he blew life into football. This
so
whole little spectacle. And they seen it.
okay.
They
So
did it.
was it about Prime or Shador then?
It was
Prime.
the prime effect. It was about the prime effect, not
So
prime so
okay.
much.
So it wasn't about colluding against Prime. It was about using Prime and the
Mm-mm.
following that he had built
Of
to
course.
to help them be. So I can see that. Like they definitely had people still watching the draft on day three. They had more viewers than the NBA Finals games. Like I could see like they saw something that was hot and that the whole world was attached to, and they hitched their wagon to it. I can see that too. I can see that.
Come on, man. Like you
But
got to see what
but
happened at the end. Like what's really happening. Everybody and their mama gonna watch next year. Everybody about to be Browns fans. Even people overseas, President Trump probably gonna be, oh look at Shador killing. I told you to get him. You think Trump gonna stop talking? That's the next question. You think Trump gonna stop talking? You know Trump
Bro,
gonna
if
complain.
he's yeah, especially if he start balling, it's gonna be crazy, man. But
Trump, I
I just
told
hate
you.
that the Browns. are the one that got that opportunity. But that just adds to the storyline because this is a
Mm-hmm.
team that passed over on him 4 or 5 times. This is a team that could have had him and his counterpart Travis Hunter, and this is a team that took a quarterback before they took him. So that just adds more to, like, if he just would have went to Minnesota or somewhere, it wouldn't have been the biggest deal because it just there's more to it with the Browns not taking him, then taking Dylan Gabriel, then taking him. So I don't
Let
know.
me
It's
ask you
crazy.
this: what
This is
what
for the
what other
Pittsburgh.
story was? What other story did the draft have behind besides the Primes?
Other than the young brother, man, rest his peace to his mother who passed away. What the Steelers picked up, and then he went and told his mom he got drafted, and she passed away. But that didn't even make as much. This was the
No,
biggest
no, no,
story for
no, no.
sure.
Hold
I
on,
mean,
back
like
it up, back it up.
going into the draft, going
The
into the
first
draft.
biggest story was the guy from LSU that passed away. But then you saying a guy got drafted and he went and told his mom he got drafted and she passed away right then?
Yeah, she was on the
Yeah.
hospital
She was
bed.
on life
Yes,
support or
she was
something.
on. Yeah, she was on life support, so he was able to. He got drafted by the Steelers. That's who the Steelers took at 21. He
Yeah,
got
okay.
drafted by them. He went to the hospital, told his mom he got drafted. Then she passed away. Yeah,
I didn't hear about that one. That's crazy.
Oh,
Wow.
she was
Yeah,
already in the hospital.
yeah, she was
yeah.
already on.
Oh,
In the
okay. She was
hospital.
Yeah,
She was
waiting
on her
years
she
to
was
get
Yeah,
already.
drafted,
Yeah,
getting drafted. Oh,
yep,
she wasn't doing
yep,
well.
and then she heard it, and then she passed away peacefully, knowing he got drafted. That's what's
man,
up.
that's
yep.
sad. Yeah.
At
Yeah,
least she
that
okay.
after
So
I
she
heard
don't
that, I
even
wasn't
fully.
tripping over the Steelers not taking Shedeur. I'm like, man, that's hell no. Like, do that, bro. They said they
What
should
I'm
have been the main
They
story.
did
I'm
not.
glad he got to
They
tell his
did
mother
not want
R.I.P.
him in
what I'm trying to say
Pittsburgh.
is what I'm trying to say is marketing, right? I ain't saying okay. That's peace and blessings and well wishes to the family of that brother who lost his mother. You know, go
Absolutely.
do your mom proud and all that. But like what I'm trying to say is like the NFL going into the draft, the story they had, storyline of somebody they tried to pump. What's up, boy? The one number three, from Penn State.
Abdul Carter.
Hamlin.
Yeah, they try to Abu Carter, or they try to first
Oh.
Muslim try to push that over first. Nobody bit that. Then
Mm-hmm.
Travis, of course, you know the unicorn, even unicorn first time that wasn't after the Heisman. I mean, I hate to say Travis kind of buzzed, kind of you feel me, but
Yeah, he
it wasn't
unhitched his
nothing.
wagon from the Sanders family, man.
But that too, but like it wasn't that. After the Heisman, Travis kind of the buzz behind Travis' story kind of like became regular. Like, oh, he's about to be like a typical. But like, okay, but what I'm saying is, it wasn't no, it wasn't no attraction about the draft this year. The only attraction was Shedeur, and they knew he was like the people's champ because he's the people's champ. Everybody know. We was rooting for him when he was losing, getting beat down, so they know he a people's champ. So they
Yeah.
know people watching him. And so they saying,
Hmm.
what else we got to this draft? If Shedeur get took second, ain't nobody watching that blue collar get traded.
It's over
Hey,
with. Dang,
hey,
that's true.
hey. Let me ask you a question. Do people really care about the ratings for the draft
Of
like
course,
that?
bro.
You think
The
so?
The
NFL,
NFL do
the
because they make
NFL
money.
put.
I
You know
I
how
want to
much?
know how much money they made off the draft
Do you know how much they put
because you
into
got
all of that?
commercials, you got sponsorships, you got all of that, man.
Imagine they put probably 50 million into all of that, and they get back $10 million in
Man, they
views,
might have
maybe
had a 3 day. They
5
might have
million.
had a 3 day Super Bowl, dog. Even though obviously it wasn't as big as the Super Bowl, but they had so much coverage for 3 straight days, dog. They might have
No, they
made
Mm-hmm.
said
so much
the
money.
highest views. They didn't say total views. They said the peak, that like 17, 13 at once watching. So
And
he
then
was
on top of that, when you watch Well Off, like I mean, I ain't gonna say his channel was kind of like his views was kind of down a little bit, but as soon as the draft started, bro, every time Bucky uploaded a video, that bug was almost finna hit a million quick.
Oh,
right.
and
Everybody.
you cut out Bucket. And they saying that this was like everybody said, well, why he fussed with that? That was a gift from somebody. Somebody gave him that as a draft gift, man. So it ain't like he just pulled out his suitcase. Let me
The
show
What
chain.
is
y'all
that?
my man.
That's
Somebody
nice.
gave him a gift. It's a Louis V. Vuitton briefcase. It says 100,000 in there, but it was a gift from somebody.
Uh,
That's
Damn.
wild.
That
Well, on
was tight
Damn.
right
Instagram,
there,
that
bro.
was on his
Yeah, that was
story.
his party last night.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
gonna
yeah,
tell
yeah.
you, I don't care what nobody.
Hmm?
He living his best life now. He having fun. I mean,
yeah,
I
absolutely.
wish the Browns give him a fair shot, but my man having fun. He enjoying his life right now. He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. I hope if they
Yeah.
jack him around, they listen to what I said, and he called the Rock, and they get on the phone.
Oh, come on, man. Here we
No,
go.
And the first
Here we
pick,
go,
Hey,
You
if
man.
they
might
if
you
they
I
do
might
told
as
that,
you
they
well
y'all
better
end
something
the
give you
different.
show.
some
End the
ownership,
show.
man.
End the
no,
It was
show.
They
going
better
too
give you a
well.
piece of
It
the
was going
pie.
too well. Too well.
I'm talking about
Cause
You
creating
finna look
ownership
like The Rock.
for minorities, and you saying, "Come on, man." It's like, why not?
yeah,
why?
give as long as they give you a piece of the pie.
Well,
I think, like I
Tiger,
said, he got to try
Tiger,
his
you might as
shot.
well
He
get
got
on
to
your
try to
knees
take
for The
his
Rock.
shot. He got to
who?
try to take his shot. But if it don't work out and they screw him, shit, we got to
But
figure out
Tiger,
another way, man.
I say
Shedeur and Prime's dream is to go to the NFL, man.
No,
We
He ain't
Shedeur
trying
yeah,
to
and
go
but
to no.
Brian's dream is to make money playing football.
you about to
And
That's
what?
what their dream
watch
is, to
week 8.
make money.
What's your dream?
But
To
Tiger, you
make
Next
don't
time
money.
think
free
that
agents.
Shedeur watch his dad become a Hall of Famer and win Super Bowls and say, "Dad, I want to do that too."
Do he got a rookie
No,
contract? He don't got.
if
Shador ain't
he
got no rookie contract.
okay, which one is better? Which one is better? You playing for a crappy organization that's not going to try to help you be great, or you go somewhere where you can kind of have a little more say so, like how Coach Prime did when he went to Boulder. Look how Coach Prime did so much better at Boulder compared to when he was at Jackson, because Jackson was trying to hold him back a little bit.
Big Tiger, I think I'm convinced. Like your dream is to beat The Rock.
Hey,
Rock,
but
What?
Tiger, but
Hey,
Tiger,
y'all.
your
know what
point.
my dream is to be able to feed my fam. That's why I got this 100-acre ranch, so I can feed my fam, so I don't have to ask nobody for no
There ain't no
handout.
flex on me.
And so, you know what I'm saying? So
Your
when
thing.
you own your
Yeah,
stuff, you can feed your people, and
FTL.
you don't worry about nobody
Check
What?
y'all later,
telling you
man.
what you can and can't
All right.
do.
That's the
And
plan right
that's what
there.
I'm trying to do, man.
All right,
And
man.
I feel like a lot of other brothers should do the same thing. But they'll talk about this when stuff going bad. Oh, we need to be on. We need to have ownership. But when stuff going good, they'll take the lashes and get back in line.
So what you would do?
Yeah, he been to Colorado too. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
been.
No, I think if it don't work out, shit, you gotta go back to the drawing board, man, and that might be a good first
So,
stop for him. But
look, let's just say this
you,
right here, y'all. Y'all see how we talk about how much money Coach Prime made Jackson. Then we talk about how much money he made Boulder, right? The whole city,
yeah,
whole state, like over 800 million. What if he could bring that kind of money into the Rock League, and now they can grow the league, and now they can actually be competitive?
You probably want to be a
no, I,
coach on The
I
Rock
I
then.
agree. I
Well,
think I think
It's
I
gonna
think they can
NIL
make some
gonna be
money.
better
But
for
this is what I'll
everybody.
say real quick. This is what I'll say real quick. When you a man, and you individual person at all, like, yeah, you want to be able to feed your family and take care of them at the end of the day. But if you have to live with the regret of not chasing your dream, bro, you gonna be dead. Like, you gonna die on the inside, dog. So we can't
Keep dreaming.
take this brother from like chasing his dream, because his dream is to make money playing football, correct? But it's to make money playing in the NFL.
at the
Now
highest
he
level.
has to chase that. He has to chase that first, or he's gonna not be whole with himself as a man. He not gonna. His soul is
Oh,
gonna be
I,
lost if he don't try that. So
I,
I'm saying try that, and then if they plot to play him, then yeah, go do something else.
yeah. Okay, I
Shador
got you
gonna
with that.
play
I
his
got you with that.
contract.
But let's look at this. They locked him in with a 4-year deal, right? Where he
Hmm.
making $1 million a year. Do you think if he go to the Rock League, do you think he'll be able to create? If he do a Floyd Mayweather deal with the Rock, do you think he'll make more than $1 million a year?
Hell yeah, for sure.
And
But
then
right
Right
now,
now,
it's about fulfilling his purpose, dog. What he think he here. Like, you gotta fulfill, or at least attempt to fulfill that first before you go do something else. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you.
Also, he wouldn't
But
get also would get the same off the field deals if he went there. The off
no,
the
he
field deals
already
gonna
got
come.
deals already now before he even got to the NFL. He got
Yeah,
Shedeur
but
got more. Hold on, let me say this right here. Shedeur got more deals right now than everybody on the Browns roster.
those deals come in anticipation that he going to the NFL, man. If he goes to
No,
the
they don't.
USFL,
No, they don't. They come with your name, your image, and your likeness. If people like you and you can make people look at our product, that's how you get those deals.
he's
very
man.
likable. Marketable.
I feel that much of the deals that he's getting is based on anticipation. He's going to the league and he's going to get billions of views on him and their products. When you
Okay,
go.
All
I
right,
think
hold
it's
on.
brand
The deals
changes.
he got
Tell me this. Why does
is
Kevin
celebrity.
Hart have deals?
Who? Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Because he's a talented actor and comedian.
And he got 1 million followers, 1 million plus followers, and he can make people watch their products.
And he know the rock.
Celebrity.
Right, but I
Shedeur
don't think
always
that's
gonna be a celebrity.
I don't think that's a good comparison, man.
But what I'm letting you understand, like, it's not about him going to the league. It's if you can get somebody to look at their product, you can get a deal.
Right. Tiger
Bro,
can get an NIL.
if you play for the so you saying that a player could get the same amount of endorsements playing in the NBA G League than the NBA? No, man, it just
No,
doesn't work like that.
I'm not
A
saying that.
regular
I'm
person
not
can
saying
get
that.
an
I'm
NIL
saying
deal.
if you can make people watch you and pay attention to you for hours on end, like how people paid attention to what Shedeur, people was invested in Shedeur. So if Shedeur was to say, "Hey, man, I like using this razor. I like wearing and drinking this kind of juice," the people that's invested in Shedeur, they're gonna drink that juice or they're gonna try out that razor to see do they like it too.
Right. Like
You
If
got a lot of
Shedeur
people.
is
Kyson Knight got an NIL. That's
man,
what
That's
I'm
what I'm
Shedeur is
saying.
not
Like,
playing at the highest level. The eyes on him will start to decrease. He would not get the same attention. The deals will start to decrease. They want you playing at the
saying.
highest level at whatever
no,
stage you're on.
no,
He just
no.
gonna get
They
more and
want
more.
you to have attention around you. So if he was to be playing wherever he playing, and they would have got the band back together, and they'd have been doing their thing, like when they was at Jackson, they got Mercedes and stuff. That wasn't the highest level.
Bro, you're not.
It's notoriety. It's not about playing
Notoriety is
sports.
based. Notoriety is also based on trying to be the best in
No, it's
sports
just
and play.
no. It's like
Yes, it
okay,
is.
look, the best, whatever. But everybody who got drafted is the best. But the notable ones are the ones who got some sort of celebrity, some kind of notoriety, some kind of public recognition, some kind of PR
You get that from
status.
being good. From being good.
No,
Okay.
some people are just born known, and if you're
Man, get out of
known,
here. Ain't nobody born known.
So
Come
hold
on,
on.
man.
So tell me
listen,
this right here.
people get
Why does
anybody
Larry
got a brand.
Bird? Let me cook, dog. Let me cook. Why does Larry Bird not have the same kind of deals and stuff as Michael Jordan?
Because he don't know the rock.
He is not as notable as Michael Jordan, even though he's Larry Bird.
All
And he
right.
wasn't the best player to ever step on the court. Like
Michael
Michael
Jordan
Jordan.
was the best player to ever step on the court. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the best player to ever step on the court.
Come on.
Why didn't he have all the deals?
Hey, Tiger,
Tiger.
they said drop the link.
Everybody went through his life
Tiger.
cycle.
Let's go down this road, Boozy. Why was
Tiger. But what's the good? All right.
hold on. If you look at his
Drop
stats,
that link.
he had way better stats than Michael Jordan. Way better stats. All NBA and the All-Star League every time. He had the same amount of championships, way more defensive titles,
Tell
way more.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
MJ never
Yeah,
beat Larry.
But
like it ain't even close.
how long did Kareem Abdul-Jabbar play compared to
Mike just got spanked by Larry Bird.
Hey, Tiger, drop the link, man.
Now hold on, Bucky. I'll drop it when I want to drop it.
Yeah, we'll get to
Look,
it.
Boosie.
Yes, sir.
If Michael Jordan he got cut from his high school basketball team. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won every championship when he was in high school. Then when he got to college, he won 3. So he's the most decorated basketball player ever. But you know what? He was on that Muslim stuff. A lot of people didn't agree with that. So he didn't get he didn't have the same kind of marketability as Michael Jordan.
Okay. We could agree to disagree on that one.
Like I said, you know, Casanat got an NIL deal, right? You know, these streamers all got NIL deals just because of their notoriety and their celebrity or their them being not recognizable. That's it. If you, like you said, it's about marketing. It's a brand deal. NIL ain't nothing but a brand deal. Anybody can get a brand deal. Matter of fact, you could just say you could market somebody's stuff and get an NIL deal without even being famous. You could just be a promoter and get an NIL deal.
I don't even know, but yeah, I mean,
what
point are you making with that?
That is, what I'm saying is, brand deals been around. Name, image, and likeness deals been around. Is this now they finally allowing college athletes to gain money from brand deals? Like before you could just be endorsed by, like, if you played, like, I played for my team. We were sponsored by Nike. Like I couldn't get money from Nike, but Nike give me shoes, warm up
But that's
shirts.
but
I
we're
do
not even
all the
having.
events.
But we're not
You
even
know what I'm
having that.
saying?
That's not even a
Listen,
conversation though. We know that.
no, that is the conversation because
No, it's not.
before I couldn't get that NIL. I could only be supported by it. Now you could be supported and you get paid for marketing it. It's always been there. Branding always been.
I'm
Anybody can
lost because we're
pay.
not. Listen, the point is this:
It's a brand
that
endorser.
Hold on. Shedeur would not receive the same endorsements at the same level if he was in the USFL, whatever league Tiger was talking about, versus the NFL. It's just
Okay.
common
Well,
sense. It's just common
Okay.
sense.
Hold on. If that's common sense, Boosie, why did what's the name? Dirk Nowitzki that won a championship for the Dallas Mavericks? What was he endorsing?
but see, I get what he's saying, but like, look, I'm gonna make it plain to him. Okay, look, Shedeur and them was on their own reality TV show back in 2012, right? Today, everybody's streaming. You think if they didn't start streaming and just showing their life on the stream, people wouldn't be. They probably would have been the first streamers, and then like they would have been had millions by now. All the million followers they got right now, they've been following them on streams. They just cracked the stream. Like they would have been endorsed through NIL that way. For sure, they would have been able to get an NIL deal. Maybe some of them NIL deal streamers got bigger NIL athletes. Like you guys make more money on streams than most athletes make a game. Like it's crazy how much these guys are making a stream. So it's this. Look at Shannon Sharp. He told you himself. I made more money doing this than I ever made playing football. You know how many people got YouTube, Twitch,
Hey, hold on. What league did Shannon Sharp play for?
He played in the NFL. So if he said he
Okay.
made more money, and he
Do
said
do
he
you
made
know
more money streaming, listen,
do
through
you know that's how we
NILs.
do you know that's how we know who he is?
Well,
Listen, I
hold
get
on.
that.
Hold on.
I'm
Let me
not.
let me.
Come
Shador and them
on.
already
Now,
could
hold
be
on. Let
doing
me
that
jump into
without
this
Come
right
playing
here.
on.
football.
Hold on. I got it.
That's the
I got it.
point,
Now you know in the NFL. You know
You're not
why?
making a good point.
Now
bro.
you
They
know
didn't have
why
to
in
play football to
college.
be known
Now hold on. Do you know why in college and in the NFL when you take your helmet off, you'll get a fine in the end zone?
because they don't want you marketing yourself in football. You said you
Exactly.
can.
They don't want you marketing yourself, Boosie. The NFL, it's not if you get to the league now you more marketable. The league don't
Nah,
even
bro,
want you to
killing
market
me.
because they want to use your talents so they can get the marketing deals, so they can get the commercials and they can get all this. So they're not trying to help you market yourself. That's not the goal. They trying to reduce you and then let the brands come through them. It's all about the shield.
You call what you want. Well, let's bring it home.
That's why old boy keeps saying they got to get used to the NIL.
Man. Yeah,
I'm listening.
I think you're going a little beyond the scope, right?
No, that's why Mel Kiper keep
Tiger.
telling the NFL that.
Hold on, Tiger. I totally agree with you, man. These players should start looking at ownership at some point. And maybe Shedeur, after you get his millions and have a successful NFL career, he'll look at ownership, whether it's at the USFL or NFL, what have you. I totally agree with that. But Shedeur wants to be great in the NFL. He wants to play with the best. He wants to be the best. And just in saying that he should go to the USFL is just not rational right now. And we also know that he just would not get the same type of deals off the field if he goes that route. It
And
just is what it is, man. But
Travis
I
Hunter
think he'll get
going
more.
to Jackson went rational and he did it and it worked, right?
Right, that part.
right. But
That's
he
college
and
football, though.
that's college football. And also
That's football.
It's
when he
college
went to
football.
but also when he went from Jackson State to Colorado, you see all the brand deals elevated highly. Highly. It was a different ball game. Different ball game. You see the
Yeah,
NIL
the
valuation change. Everything.
the bigger the stage, the bigger the bag, man. There's no denying that. The bigger the stage, the bigger the
Okay,
bag.
all right, tell me
You
this right here. Tell me what bags all these other quarterbacks that's been in the league for multiple years have right now.
Kirk Cousins made
No,
Kirk
no,
Cousins just signed $200 million
hold on, no,
contracts,
no.
dog.
The people that's on the Browns team right now, these other quarterbacks,
Nah, you said
Deshaun
other
Watson signed for
quarterbacks.
250 million.
that's not
Josh
NIL
Allen
deal.
got
Joe,
Not
Joe
two hundred
NIL
and
deal.
Flacco
fifty
been in
million
the
as
league for
well.
20
That's
years,
not
Tiger.
NIL deal. Let's talk about an NIL deal because that's what we're talking about. NIL deal. Stay on track, y'all.
You
Tell me
just
the
said
NIL deals. We got 5 quarterbacks on this roster. Who got the most NILs?
Who played on the biggest stage last year?
Everybody
No,
in the NFL.
you
Who
talking
who who?
about Deshaun Watson? He played in the NFL.
Shedeur Sanders played on the biggest
No,
stage.
he did not, dog.
In the
Boosie
NFL,
What bigger? Who played on
Hey,
the bigger stage?
dog, hold on. Boosie, what's the biggest stage?
Flacco,
College or
in
NFL?
the NFL.
Yeah, but Deshaun Watson
NFL.
All right,
didn't play last
wrong,
year. That's what I'm talking
wrong,
about.
Hold on.
wrong.
No,
Flacco played
Deshaun
If
Watson didn't play
Talk
last year,
about
Tiger.
Josh
That's what I'm
Allen.
trying
I'm
to tell you.
confused.
the
What is
standard
Deshaun
is
Watson
the
didn't play
NFL,
last year.
Rome. The standard is the NFL, dog. You can't go backwards.
No, what I'm
the
saying is he
Alamo
didn't
Bowl ain't the
play
Super
though.
Bowl.
He didn't play,
Now he's played in the NFL. He's
and so
played.
you
He,
and
It's the bigger stage.
he made way more money than Shedeur.
dog, we're talking about his deals. What deals do we have? Because Boosie said when you get to the highest level, that's how you get your deals.
no, no,
Flacco.
hold
No,
on,
he didn't say
hold on.
that.
You got to
He
get to the
said the
highest level and be good. You can't
There
just get
you
to the
are
highest
with our
level.
bro.
You
The
got to be
highest.
good. Look at
everybody
Jalen Hurts.
everybody ain't got deals. Tiger, we already talked to you about
Come
this. The
on now,
same thing
look
with
at our
Lamar
bro.
Jackson.
Tiger
Lamar
trying to be
Jackson
funny,
ain't got no
dog.
deals.
But so
We
wait,
talked
hold
to you
on.
about this.
Y'all trying to tell
Hey,
me,
could you
wait,
imagine
all
Flacco?
right, so hold on. So Lamar Jackson's in the league and he's
Yeah,
been the MVP twice. So that
yeah.
means he's good. He's
No,
in the league,
but
but he
he's
don't
not
have no
marketable.
NIL deal.
He's not marketable. We had this conversation already. I don't
Yeah,
know
we
why you
did.
keep bringing this
But
up.
Yeah, we
We done
did
Flacco
talked
actually
ain't
about
have
this
that.
marketable
3 times
either.
already, dog.
Okay,
Yeah, we
hey,
If
did.
He
you're
act
not
like he act
marketable,
confused
so
you're
because you
not
missing that our
marketable.
bro.
Imagine though Flacco.
you telling Boosie he wrong then, right?
No, I'm saying you got to
He
be
What?
telling you
marketable,
wrong.
regardless of the stage. You got to be marketable.
So it don't matter
But
the
with
stage.
no, the
It
stage
matters if
matters. The bigger the stage, the bigger the bag for sure. But no matter what stage you're on, you could be on the goddamn Soul Train stage. You got to be marketable, dog.
all right. So it's Shedeur
Tiger don't
marketable.
be listening, dog.
Now I'm
Is your
listening.
eyebrow marketable?
It's Shedeur marketable.
Yes, he is.
Yes,
All
hell
right.
yeah.
So if Shedeur go to the XFL or whatever it's called right now, will he still be marketable?
Yes,
That's
he
Yes,
my
won't
point.
yes.
because it's
but
But
he
about
oh,
will
so
not
But
right
he
be
now
won't.
in
as
the
marketable
He
as
won't.
if he
Yeah,
was in the NFL.
so
right.
right
he's
He
now,
want
marketable.
all right.
everybody to go to
So
UFL.
right now, if he's in the
hmm
NFL next year and he
Yeah.
don't play next year, because
hmm
they got all the keys. If he don't play next year, does that help his marketability or does that hurt his marketability?
It depends on
It,
why he doesn't play.
I
But we
wouldn't hurt
already
it.
told you,
Hey,
Tiger.
Tiger,
He got
can
to
you
give
tell
it a
me?
shot, and if it don't work out, then yeah. But he got to give it. You said next year. Now, first you were saying this year. Now you said next year. We
Yeah,
was
yeah,
cool
yeah.
with
He
the
moved,
next
he moving
year.
that. He
Have you
moving.
ever
Hey,
heard
Yeah,
of
we
Tiger,
cool. We
the
cool
can
with
you
the
He
got
next
know
year if the
Tiger?
about
Can you
NFL
give
don't
me?
work out.
Can you give me one? Can you give me one example of a player who has a have a marketing deal in the USFL?
none of
I
them
don't follow.
motherfuckers?
I don't follow.
Oh no! Come
yeah,
on,
you
dog.
don't know. That's why.
You don't know nobody,
I
but
don't
you know
follow. They don't
Shador.
market
That's
Sure
the
about
league.
it.
does.
They don't
Nobody
market
Only
has
the
any,
league.
person,
dog.
the only person he
Don't
know the
market the league.
UFL is Rod.
You just debunked your own point.
No, I did not. They
Not
He
don't
you,
only
but
know
market
the
the
the league.
guy
Rock in
who
the
did.
UFL.
Not you,
That's
the
it.
guy who said, "Do you know who got an NIL in the whatever?" But
I
if
debunked
Shador
my
go
point.
there, but look, yeah, because it's not about where you at; it's about who knows you.
Exactly.
Period.
Oh,
Oh my
LG said
god,
destroying. LG said
Like he's
destroying.
saying, because he just saying, like Flacco,
Yeah, but
LG,
Flacco
that's a
LG
good
can't
one.
said
That
sell.
that
was a
Hold on,
good
Tiger
one.
hold
didn't
on.
know
Yeah,
that.
If
yeah.
Tiger
Flacco,
Tiger.
didn't know that.
Flacco
Oh,
can't
you,
sell you a pancake right now. Like, imagine
Flacco
Flacco
isn't.
in a,
You got to be
imagine Flacco in
good.
a commercial, bro. We talking about NIL? No, you gotta be. You could be okay. Let me see who else pretty
Why?
good or something.
Why are you only using Flacco? Why are you not using Jalen Hurts? Why are you
Hey,
not
marketable.
using Pat?
let's
The
do this
left tackle,
because
the
Why
who
not
left
has
Josh
tackle.
brand
Allen?
deals? Who has
He's
brand deals
You said we
in the
gotta be good
NFL?
at
Like,
it,
can y'all name a
fucking
handful of
Flacco.
people who have brand deals?
right?
There's a whole bunch of cats got brand deals.
Like
Name
How
them.
many
what
how
kind
many
of brand
brand
deals?
deals
And
Josh
let's hear
Allen
them
got?
Like
in the
Patrick Mahomes,
NFL.
a bunch of them. But I don't follow.
Let
I done seen his commercials
who
with
got a Nike deal in
performing.
the NFL?
Shiloh Sanders,
Who
Jalen
got
Hurts.
who
Jalen
got a
Hurts
Nike
got
deal?
Jordan.
Drew
Who got
They
a
Sanders,
finally
Nike
got
deal
him.
in the
They
NFL?
finally gave him
Jalen
one.
Hurts got
Shiloh Sanders,
Jordan.
Drew Sanders.
This
Jalen
got it.
Sanders.
He was endorsed by Jordan.
They're in the NFL. They're
Hey,
there.
so hold on, hey y'all, we got old school to the stage. Old school.
I mean,
Scold.
What's
I
on your
got
mind?
that, got that. Wait, Tacker, hold on for a minute. Now, I don't need you to introduce me, goddamn it, because I've been on the line backstage for
Hey,
the
hey,
last
I'm
hour.
gonna take your ass off the show now.
Yeah, get on his ass.
Goddamn
Hey,
it.
I'm trying to give you love now. What you
Hey,
want?
hey, what up, Paddle?
What up, Breath Mint?
What up,
What's
Scoop?
going on, old school?
I'm telling you, how about
This
them?
nigga,
Hey, how about them goddamn? I'm finna say, how about them Cowboys? But I ain't gonna say that.
How about that goddamn
You know
boy?
what T-shirt on.
This
Hey,
dude
hey,
lit.
how about that CU boy? What they doing out there, boy? Hey, Tiger, how you see how
13 for
they doing out there?
16.
Hey, Tiger, your boy and them left. What's the name? The brothers, the two brothers, they left. We gonna get some more brothers.
We lost all our brothers.
Hey, Tiger,
What about your brothers?
Like five sets of
these
brothers.
brothers gonna be 5 stars.
The only brothers we got right now is the Mathis brothers. That's it.
Yeah, right.
Nah, we got the Wade brothers, and
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't
one
Salter
left.
got a brother there? Don't Salter got a brother there?
No, what the
We
Wade,
got
Yeah,
what,
Salt,
Colin
we
Salty.
got Mathis and
what,
Salt.
the Wade brothers left. One of the
We
Wade
lost
brothers
we
left
lost the
on
Wade
there.
brother.
We
Oh, one of
lost
the
the Wade
Wade
brother
brothers
breath
left.
mint.
Yeah, that was the
Quarterback.
The
quarterback. He
quarterback
left.
left.
Oh, okay. Well, y'all know the Millers is brothers too, man. We're gonna go ahead and tie them together.
No, we got some more brothers coming
How the
too, but we
hell?
gonna be on. Hey,
What about your brother?
Tiger. But hey, Tiger, you right, Joe. I agree with you about that whole situation, even with the USFL. I agree
Oh,
with you
dog,
about
come on,
that.
man.
Hey,
USFL.
Tiger,
Nigga don't know how to
hey,
say it.
Tiger, but
Say
you,
it
Hey, we
right.
hey,
gotta stop this
Tiger,
Salute,
movement,
hey,
man.
salute.
Tiger, hey, Tiger,
USFL.
hey, Tiger. Look, I'm gonna tell you something. You got a business mind. I agree with you. You got a good business mind, Tiger. But that idea
Hey, y'all remember when Johnny Manziel went to the UFL? And he was what happened with that?
that's played out dead. He never got back into the
He
NFL
drunk,
again.
man. He was
Nah,
drunk.
Johnny Manziel went. We don't want to hear that.
That's what Tiger wants to do to go.
I know
He was drunk.
that's why he
We ain't
that's
heard
why
about
he
Johnny
wanted him out
Manziel
there in
since.
Cleveland.
Hey,
Hey,
Shedeur would be the
Tiger.
first
Hey,
Brown
Tiger, but
quarterback to go
Tiger,
to the
look here,
UFL.
Tiger. Tiger will tell you something. The whole thing about this is like this right here, like I should do a go. He went 144. He gonna be racist. And
Yo,
they
what's going
dumped
on?
him. Hey, Tiger. And like they y'all said already, they dumped him 4 times.
What?
They knew he was gonna go 1 40
And they
17
knew wasn't nobody gonna pick him up but Cleveland. And they knew why. The
He
whole
What?
made the deal 17
situation.
days ago,
Tiger,
Smooth.
wait. Look, Tiger. But watch how Shedeur come through it though, like a champion. His only competition ain't nothing but that young man out there, that quarterback out there in Oregon.
Spell champion.
And I pray that Shedeur, I pray that Shedeur treat him.
Say
I pray that
it again,
Shedeur
budget.
treat. I pray that Shedeur treat him like Oregon treated us when they played us.
Is this
Talk now.
Tiger show or breath mint show?
Yeah, let him cook, old school. Little
Damn.
Bucket, man. Call him by his name, man. Stop
Yeah,
doing
my bad,
that,
my
bro.
bad.
Yeah, yeah,
Let
yeah.
let him cook real quick, old
Especially,
school. I asked him the question.
I
especially.
apologize.
All right, so look, if Shedeur goes to the United Football League, will he be the best
You can't even say that
player?
right.
Will he be
You
the
know,
best player over there?
Of course.
Yes.
First
yes,
ballot
yes, yes.
in the
All
NFL.
right, so if Shedeur go over there and see, this is the thing with Johnny Manziel didn't have. When Johnny Manziel went over there, what
Brandon.
cameras was on Johnny Manziel? What
They had his
what
game on TV.
what
Brandon.
YouTube channel was reporting on Johnny Manziel? How did the people have access to Johnny Manziel?
Damn sure wasn't well off.
Yeah, they had to watch
So
the game on TV.
now we're well off.
It
You
was
still
turned
see
off.
Shedeur. You see his workouts. You find out what his schedule is. You know where he playing, what time he playing. You see if he had 300 yards. You see the highlights 2, 3, 4 times a week. You don't have to wait the ESPN and Fox to talk about you. Your brother is
Hmm.
gonna pump you up. He
So
gonna hype you up.
he'll be out there in Alaska or some goddamn well coverage to do it, right?
So
Alaska.
it,
I mean, goddamn, a USFL, what the hell they at?
they in
Nigga, what?
Texas. They right there. He can stay
Bro, this
in his
dude's funny.
hometown. He'll better
It's,
stay in his hometown, stay in his daddy house. He don't got to pay no
oh,
money.
no, he don't want that. He
Hey
definitely
man,
want
you
that.
right, because he ain't gonna have no goddamn money. Mess with you.
Like you act like this
Say,
dude
stay
graduated
in his
college
daddy
and
house.
going to get a 9 to 5 or a trait or something. This is a
No,
Yeah. Shadur
multi-millionaire,
go to the
dog.
UFL. Ain't
You
nobody
talking about
watching
staying
that.
at his daddy house saving some money.
Shedeur run for
no. What I'm
Like,
president.
saying
come
is,
on, we got to think bigger than that. Like, I really
no,
want to hear you out on this, but you minimizing it. Like, you
no, I'm
talking
not.
way
I'm
too
saying,
small.
You
no. This is
selling
what I'm saying.
Shador's
Texas,
dream
Texas
If
is
short.
a big ass
y'all
place,
listen,
boy. You got
y'all,
100
can we
acres.
have
How the
an
hell you
adult
get 100
conversation?
acres out in
Hey,
Texas?
hey,
Goddamn.
old
Yeah,
school,
I'm.
I'll
hold
tell
on,
you, I
old
can tell you
school.
about Texas.
Hold on,
Hey,
old school.
Tiger.
Hold on.
Shit, man.
Let's have an adult conversation right now.
All right.
So
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
if he go to so in Cleveland, he got to buy a place to stay right now. You think he gonna stay in the same kind of house that Prime got in Texas in Cleveland?
No,
He
He
can't
no.
ain't
afford
got
it, right?
enough land in Cleveland to
Yeah,
stay
he,
in the
he
Now
making a
listen,
UFL.
sacrifice
can,
to chase his
hold on.
dream.
Can
Cleveland
he
booming.
afford it?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
bro.
can
He
afford it.
signed a $4 million contract.
Yeah, he can afford it.
No, For 4 years, he getting $1 million a year. You know how much Prime House costs?
You know how much millions he got from just sponsors?
Oh, but why does Shedeur need Prime's type of house in Cleveland?
Listen to what I'm saying. Just answer
He ain't
the
gonna be there
question.
that long.
Will Shedeur better buy the same kind of house, even with his NFL money, in Cleveland that's equivalent to what his dad has down there in Texas?
That wouldn't be smart to do.
Wait,
No,
wait, wait,
Tiger,
wait, 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 wait.
That's a
that's
million
That's
dollar
30.
not.
That's
mansion.
Wait,
30
wait,
years
wait.
in the making,
why?
Tiger.
That's not a
That's
house.
30
What he
years in the
got?
making, dog.
That's a
Hold on, old
ranch.
school,
What? That's a
old school.
ranch.
Hold on, but
That's a ranch.
Coach Prime is a retired Hall of Famer
Yeah, that's
with,
30
with that
years
with
in the
that
I don't
making.
range.
care what it
Like,
is. The point
but
He
why?
been
is,
having that ranch for since I
this
was a
is the
little
point.
kid, bro.
Coach Prime is living in Boulder now. If
Hmm.
Shedeur stayed there and played, it's a team right there where they stay at already. If he went to that team, he's still living like lovely. He still got a whole practice facility and everything at his house. If he want to tell them guys to come over and meet me at the practice field, we can do some extra reps, all that. He can do all that at his daddy mansion that he got right now. He can
Why
live
do
Tiger,
that
what
wherever
do
he
you
Do
though?
wants.
that
think
in Cleveland,
Shador's
he gonna
life?
buy a
What do you
mansion.
think his life would be like mentally if he in the UFL and he's seeing Jimmy Horn score touchdowns and Travis Hunter take pick sixes to the crib?
And
What do you
Ken
think?
Ward being
What
one
do
of the
you
top
think his life
QBs,
is gonna be like
signing for 200 mil.
if he got to go through that mentally? What do you think
All
his
right,
life gonna
so
be
all
like?
right, so
Another 200
let's talk
million.
about Xavier, right? What did Xavier do last year in the NFL?
He got to
Xavier
play in a
who?
game,
Hey, they
2 games
they know
actually.
How
Zay.
many
Talking about
touchdowns he
Weaver?
scored last
They
year?
like Zay.
He didn't score any.
They like
Okay,
Zay though. They
and what?
talking
So
good.
how much money he making?
He
I
got
think he
a
made like nine hundred
700K.
thousand last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he make $1 million a year, something like that.
All right. So is Zay living this lovely like this, just all his dreams coming true, or he trying to
Yeah, he
hold
Yeah,
on?
got a
yeah.
he
He
Yeah,
got
never
his
a
made
dreams are coming true. It's
he
a
he has
got two
never made
process.
that
houses.
much money in his life. Tiger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
the
dreams
I know.
coming
contract
I
true.
coming,
know.
He
Tiger.
got a YouTube channel. He got two houses, one in Arizona and one in Miami.
He
Yeah,
won't
he
even
living the
make
life.
10%. He won't even make 10% of that in the UFL, Tiger.
If he only go off the see, this is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Yeah, if y'all just wait on somebody else to feed you, yeah, you're right. But if he go out there and get deals and learn how to do business, which should do them learning how to do right now, which Shiloh them learning how to do right now, they can end up buying a team. They can buy into a team. A team
All
only
right, bro.
costs
We
like
gotta
60
calm
million.
down.
But
They can
that
buy
They
team
can
ain't
do that from the
what
NFL
type of
though.
team only cost 60 mil?
one of those
I would
teams
have
What?
in that
been one.
league. The team in that
What?
league.
Hey,
One of the
Tiger.
UFL teams?
Yeah.
College teams? A
Man,
college
them
What can
team?
teams ain't
exact?
worth no
What?
damn
That's
60
NIL.
million.
I
That's a
looked it up
college
the other
NIL
day,
deal.
bro. I looked it up before we started talking about it.
Why
So
Okay,
do
and
you want
how
him to play
much
in
I,
the
how
Less,
much
UFL
money
less
are
though?
they
than college
making?
players.
so hold
Less than
on,
college.
Rome. Do you know how much the teams cost, or do you don't know how much the team
I
cost?
don't believe they worth 60 million. That's
So
my
you don't,
opinion.
but you don't
It's
know
my
though, do you?
opinion. I'm saying it's my opinion.
But
Yes.
but I looked it up online. It ain't my
Okay.
opinion. I looked up what black and white
And
is.
I believe you. I believe you.
All right,
I understand.
all
So
right.
are they making money though?
But see, this is
No, and
the
I
thing.
and,
All right, when you doing business and stuff like this, y'all, you want to try to get in when stuff low. If you do it, get in, and they can try to get a team, they can work a deal where they can get part ownership of a team, and
it's gonna
he
stay
helped
low.
right now. He helped the NFL make all kind of money this weekend, right?
Phew,
Right.
Buku.
How much money did he make of that?
Shit, he made a lot too.
Gee, his
How?
NIL went up.
They Twitching, they YouTube and shit. He got paid too,
I'm
Tiger.
saying
Jerseys.
the
Yeah,
money that
Tyler
Everybody
he
got
talking
Yeah,
made.
about
paid.
jerseys
buying
went
his
up
No,
too now.
jersey
no,
now.
I'm
Like
talking
he
about the
made
money
money.
that the NFL
Hey,
made.
hey, Tiger, can I say this to your point? You know, because I realized why you said it was the business part of it. Because I remember, LaMelo Ball, right? He playing out there with Shouty, right? $200 million contract, which already with the last 4 years.
He
But
playing
then,
with who?
this is the part where you I get at. Out there, he bought a
Playing with
European
Tug.
league. You know what I'm saying? He put down, you know what I'm saying? He in cahoots with them peoples out there, so he with European league
Oh
like that.
man, come on,
So you know
man.
what I'm saying? That's how his money go. That makes sense. But when it comes down to it, this main thing is from the from the NBA. You get me? You can always endorse your money somewhere. You could be an NFL player and endorse your money in the CFFL. That's what
All right,
the
land
thing
that
is.
plane.
Where
Hey,
do you
Tiger,
do all this?
Tiger, do you realize that the USFL and the XFL had to merge recently because they were both losing money?
I do, and you know why? Because the same, all right, just like the black colleges, they was losing a lot of money, right?
Still is.
All right, but when Prime was there, were they losing money when Prime was there?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No, they
No,
wasn't.
they was making money.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they had
what's
a
that?
ride.
When you talk about Jackson State?
Yeah, Jackson State
The
was
whole
making
They was
money.
ACC.
making money for both.
Okay, yeah, and then to a
Hold
certain
on now.
extent, yeah. Wait. You talk about one
Nah, you
university.
wait.
You talk about one school.
I'm
Do you
talking
want
about
Prime to go to
Prime was
USFL
there
now, or you
when
said
Yeah,
when
Captain
Prime
Coach
was
State.
there.
Prime?
Folks trying
Everything
to be
went up
Captain
for
State,
the
but
swag.
boy, I'll tell you, boy.
Everything
Remember,
went up for the swag.
remember what
Even
we
the
said
championship
though.
game went up.
Prime, it wouldn't have went up like that if he didn't bring his sons with him and if he didn't bring Travis. It wasn't going up like that. So
Hey,
what I'm trying to say back to my point is Prime them can't go with Shedeur right now, so it ain't gonna work the same.
I got you, but The Rock and Prime can sit down and they can come up with a plan,
Here
and
you go with the Rock.
they can hand
Uh,
pick up.
and,
He
and,
on
and,
the
and
league. He
pull
on the
Trump
league,
in,
Bucky. Who you supposed to go talk to? The
Rock
janitor?
need to holler
Or
at
you gonna
he need
talk
to
to
pull
the
holler at
Trump,
Trump.
pull Trump in it too,
Shedeur
so
don't
we
want
can
to
make it
play
a
in the
big deal.
USL,
Like
bro.
I said before, that ship done passed already. They tried that 2 or 3 years ago. All three of them individuals you just now mentioned, they all concluded and tried to do with it. NFL like didn't allow it. They don't want it, so they give Prime a hard time. Prime need to leave away from that USFL shit
So
and
you
janitor?
stay
said one of them
and
teams
stay
is worth
and stay
60
about
Not
million.
and stay up
USFL.
Tiger,
and
you
like you, hey
USL.
Tiger, you said it yourself. I don't want to talk over y'all, please. But Tiger, you said it yourself. You already know that he got a hit on his head. Why would he sit up there and keep making noise there for the next 3 years? Be quiet, do your thing, get your money.
said the organization worth 60 million. The
Which one?
Jaguars, which is a sorry team, actually no, the Titans, the sorriest team in the league, had a number one overall pick, 4.9 billion. So it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of time, and Shador going to do that and just having himself in mind is selfish, bro. Because all them other people, they not gonna be able to make
Y'all,
even
right,
close to the money he
right.
making. It's the
Y'all,
same
hold
way
on,
in
man.
college football right now.
Understand how
Gotta relax though, because it's
We
Do y'all
mute
think they
you. We
yes, we
do
mute
y'all
do.
you.
think they
Hey man, you
I
gotta
can't even
relax,
talk
dog.
right now. Old
Jesus
school.
Christ.
So look,
do
man.
y'all think they know that?
Hey, take we
Kick him
check
out. Kick him out. Kick him out.
whatever man
Hey,
you
old
need
school.
Hey,
So,
tonight.
hey,
yeah,
little
bro.
Bucky, don't play
Hey,
with me.
Hey,
hey,
you don't play with me, boy.
never,
old
never,
school.
No,
Hold
don't
on
play with
real
me,
quick,
Bucky.
man. Let
never
Tiger
come,
talk, please,
bro.
Kick that
old
little boy
school.
out.
Go ahead, Tiger, talk.
Leave school alone.
Good boy.
Lord.
And look, the reason why I said this because I saw how they were doing should do it wrong.
Hmm.
When I seen they were trying to make the man look bad and they were disrespecting the man, I said, okay, bro, take your ball and go home. You
Yep.
somebody, dog. You ain't no regular degular. Go
Yeah,
use your power somewhere else with some people that actually want you and go over there and build and actually have something that you can pass down to your kids
I
instead of playing
agree.
somebody else's league that don't even want you over there and they can marginalize you and they can have you on the bench for 2 or 3 years. And now everybody, what happened to Shedeur? Like all these other quarterbacks is on that long list that play for the Browns.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
But
hey,
They
look,
did that to
hey,
they
hey,
was
Tiger,
trying
I
to do
got that
that
part.
though.
Hey, Tiger, can I say this? Look, okay, look.
They
Hey,
wanted him
Tiger,
to
I get
crash
that
Bro,
part.
out.
But
golly, bro.
remember when Shedeur was out there throwing the ball to his nephews and cousins and stuff all that time when he was waiting? So that's how he did. He took his ball to win home.
Nah, they was evaluating him still. This is all a strategic play. They really wanted to get in this man's head. They want to see if he was gonna crash out on TV, and he didn't. He passed
That's
the
why
test.
every
He
time the
knew.
peak came, they put the camera on him, see if he was gonna crash up.
They want to see him crash. That's what they want to see. Will he crash out knowing his future's over with? Because that's how, you playing football, your future can be over with like that. So
yeah.
they want to see.
Why I said this is because I let it go first round, second round. Now I'm like, okay, man, they just making this dude look crazy. Now they playing out. This our guy. They playing. So once if I'm rocking with you and somebody playing me, I'm gonna start coming up with another plan. Okay, plan A, we wanted to do this, but they on some bull jive. So let's go to plan B. And it's not like what Shedeur said this out his own mouth. Everywhere I've been, I've changed the culture. Everywhere I've been. So if you plan on drafting me, I'm gonna change the culture.
That's
So if he
facts.
go to the XFL or wherever it's called, he gonna change the culture.
hey,
But the only
mute your
difference
mic.
is,
Whoever
Look,
doing all that rambling, mute your mic, please.
Tiger. Look, they gonna let
but
him
but
run
the
his
only
contract
difference
this year.
is if he work a deal where he can get some ownership into the team, now you can have something for the rest of your life. He could be working like how Tom Brady trying to get ownership, how Gruden was trying to
Yeah.
get ownership. He could get a deal like that with that league. He can't get that with the NFL.
Well, how you know?
Shador about
How
to
you
get
know? I
200
mean,
million
how
contract
you
this
know
year.
he can't work his butt off, play the game in the highest level, invest well, and then after everything is said and done, maybe invest in a team in the NFL.
Okay, how many black owners you know in the NFL?
There's a few minority
I
owners.
know the Panthers owners. They all split. Like one,
There's a what's the guy named Sean Williams? He just bought part of the Atlanta Falcons. There's a few black owners. They're just not
Ain't
majority
the
owners.
Chicago
right.
Bears
I
owner
know the
black or
Panthers.
no?
Yeah, the Bears, the Buccaneers.
They
And when
Vikings.
we talking about
The
how
Vikings.
much a percentage they have, because I know Serena Williams them got some ownership in Miami, but what's their
Yeah,
percentage?
Miami.
Yeah. I don't know. I know they're minority owners. I know they're not majority.
Yeah, so they don't got no say, so they don't got nothing, right?
Well, no,
They-
Like Tom
Serena do,
Brady's
but them
not.
other ones
Tom
do.
Brady's not a majority owner either.
And that's what I'm saying. He's the greatest of all time, 7 Super Bowls, and they ain't really showing him no love like that.
But bro, these guys are not billionaires. Like, I mean, you want him to be a.
So that's what I'm saying, Boosie. Go play in the pool, like my uncle told me. My uncle said, "Look, you can go to Atlanta and be a small fish in a big pond, or you can come back home and you can be a big fish in a small pond."
But The Rock
You
doesn't
could be a
even
whale in the
own.
ocean.
The Rock isn't not even a majority owner of the UFL.
Exactly,
Like-
you got a partner. But
Right. So
he can buy you. He talking about the whole league. That's the whole league. But Shedeur can own a team.
as far as my
He
understanding,
gonna be
they
a
don't
whale,
sell. They
though.
don't sell individual teams yet. As far as my
You
understanding,
can't swim with
unless
the
it
whales,
changed.
man, right now. No,
Unless it
nobody,
changed.
like it.
See, man, I actually would rather be a limited owner in an NFL franchise than a majority owner in the UFL. That's
I
just
know
me personally.
because a lot of people don't want to put in the work. I get it. Like a lot of people would rather work at a 5-star restaurant, be a chef or a manager at a 5-star restaurant than have their own building.
I'm talking about being an
what I
owner,
think,
though. I'm talking about
You know
ownership.
what I think, though, Tiger? Like I
think
think in a few years when NIL really get going and like youngsters that don't make it and they got an NILs, they might go there, and that's how that thing gonna pop. They gonna bring brands in there, and it'll get popping. Because the more these youngsters get NILs, people gonna like them, people gonna know them, especially when next year they do the sharing, so they're gonna be flossing and doing all this stuff. People gonna be getting known. And football about to change. It's gonna come more amateur. The amateur gonna extend more to the UCF, whatever, UFL, whatever. That's what I truly see. Like if you just take a look at it, like what's going on, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like just look at how many people didn't get drafted. Then look at people who won't get drafted. That's probably notable. Like that guy at Villanova, their quarterback. He ain't going to the NFL. He for sure going to Canada.
Mediocre, man.
Right, but he gonna have an NIL deal, right? Because he got one now, so he gonna keep it until he like get arrested and like tarnish his image or something. But you gonna have players like that drifting over there to that side too, still. Even those guys didn't know.
Now they gonna have more eyes on them because they got people pumping them. Like with Michael Jordan, the reason why Michael Jordan was labeled the GOAT and all that kind of stuff is because Nike had the marketing behind Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was labeled the GOAT when he had 3 championships. You threw out all the everybody else championships. It wasn't about who got the most championships then. He had 3 and he was the GOAT.
It was how he got them though. It wasn't just because he got 3.
Yeah, it was how you got him. Yeah.
It wasn't because he won 3 in a row too. It was like for me, Michael got destroyed by everybody at first. He was just playing a little hard out. Poor Michael going for 60, getting beat by 20. That's bad. You know what I'm saying? So we watch Michael be good and get beat. That's like Shedeur. That's why people like Shedeur. We see Shedeur play so good, be so good, and get beat down. Like, how are you so good and getting apocalypsed? But Jordan was getting beat up by them boys out there.
But you know what Michael Jordan said when they were talking about his shoe deal and all that kind of stuff? He said, "Man, I'm gonna just be another person, and this won't even matter once I'm out of the league." He didn't understand like how Nike, the marketing and all that kind of stuff, and they made it bigger than life. It went to a whole nother level because Michael Jordan talent and Nike marketing. It was a combination of the two. Same thing with Shedeur and Bucky putting out all these videos. It's a combination of the two. A lot of these other guys that went these leagues and flamed out or whatever, they didn't have nobody with the battery in their back. They helped their name get bigger and bigger and bigger. That's the difference.
Bro.
Celebrity, bro.
Win a championship.
Who won the last championship?
No, I said how long it took Michael Jordan just to make the finals. I meant to say.
Oh, he went to the finals a lot and lost at first. Well, not at the finals,
No,
playoffs.
he didn't. Come on, back
No,
that
not the
up, dog.
finals.
Back
No,
that up.
he
Michael
never
Jordan
left the
couldn't get out of
finals.
the first round, dog.
He couldn't get out the first round.
How long it took him
At
though?
first, he couldn't even. What 80? He went
It
in
took him until he
84.
got Scottie Pippen. That's how long it took him. When he
Like
got
10 years
Scottie
almost.
Pippen, that's when he
I'm
started
about to,
cooking.